Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bunny Says, and we're here for another episode of Cinderella Phenomenon. I'm glad you're here today. It's hot. It's hot. About 34 degrees Celsius, maybe 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Luckily, it's not too humid, but it's just flat out hot. Not a lot of cloud cover. I'm sitting here and boiling. So I do have the fan on. I hope it's not making too much noise. I'll try to cut that out as much as possible. So I hope you're listening to this, and well, obviously if you're hearing me, you're listening to this. So let's recap for a moment. We were with Lucette, and she's now a maid at the palace. She's the personal servant girl for Emmeline, the personal maid for Emmeline. And what happened last? They were carrying some boxes inside for her. Oh, that's right. For her, Emmeline's ball. She's going to have a ball where she's expected to look at suitors for her husband. And the king has not pressured her, but he does want to carry on the tradition. So the ball is going to happen. It doesn't mean she has to immediately pick anybody right there or anything, but also after that, she was trying to figure out how to use the silverware, the glasses and the forks and the knives and whatnot. And before that, she was trying to learn how to dance. And Rod, her brother, was trying to teach her, and she found out that Lucette mentioned that she was a dancer. She knew how to dance. And Emmeline asked us if we could dance with Rod so she could watch. So we did. And we found out that Rod is actually a good dancer, I believe a painter, and a good cook. Oh no, a singer and a cook. So the last thing we were doing was checking out the silverware and the like. The glasses, I remember the goblets. It was 5 different types of goblets, which sort of surprised me. I thought there might be maybe 3 at most, but apparently, I guess it works differently in the palace, doesn't it? So, I'm glad you're here today, and hope you settle back, relax. Let's just ease our way into this. And I remember we left off was the new chapter. And it started with a flashback for Lucette. And I'm looking at this now, and I said before that I like these flashbacks. I like the style of the flashbacks. But this doesn't look like a very happy. All her flashbacks seem to be very unhappy. And it's sort of no wonder her mother was very harsh and sort of cruel to her. And and it always reminds me of how in your formative years, how as a child, your parents could have so much influence on you, and you can form your outlook for the rest of your life, or for a very long time anyway. And so, well, let's start. I've already been talking too long, and let's just get right into this flashback. So, apparently Lucette is sitting here with some girl, and the girl says, "Good morning, Your Highness. Would you like to play with us?" Young Lucette, excuse me, my voice is my throat's a little dry. 1 second. Okay. Young Lucette says, "You want to play with me?" Boy, "Yeah, come play with us. We'll all have lots of fun." "Well, girl, please, just for a little while." Young Lucette, "Maybe I can..." Oh, her mother's here. "Mother, Lucette, what are you doing here in front of the gates?" "Mother..." "Good morning, Your Majesty," is the girl speaking. "Boy, we were just wondering if the princess wants to come play with us." Mother, "No, Princess Lucette does not want to play with you." "But Mother, I do." "Enough idle chatter. We must go. It is almost time for your dance lessons." "But, Lucette, do not make me repeat myself." "Yes, Mother." Yet another harsh flashback. Excuse me. Her mother, her mother's very controlling and just very harsh. I mean, and obviously never let her be a young girl. Let her, play and do her thing, just be a young child. So that's pretty sad, really. In the meantime, we're back in the palace hallways, and Lucette is thinking or talking. Now remember, it's been several months. She's been here for several months now. I believe she said 4 months. As the ball was being prepared and set up, and the time for the ball to come is coming. So she's been there for a little while. It is still dawn when I wake up. As much as I want to continue sleeping, I have no choice but to get up and prepare for the day. The last thing I need is an annoying lecture from the head maid. I have almost become accustomed to waking up this early, even if I do not enjoy it. As soon as my preparations are made, I begin to make my way toward Emmeline's room, should she wake early. I am about halfway there when I hear familiar voices. Standing far ahead of me are Sir Castor and Sir Mithra. Okay, so here's Castor and Mithra. Castor, are you sure this is going to work? Mithra, have a little faith in me, my friend. Friends? We're not friends. Sir Castor narrows his eyes, then turns abruptly to look at me. Miss Lucette, was it? Sir Mithra, Sir Castor. Have you been eavesdropping, child? He has no reason to be angry at me. If they were talking about something confidential, they should not have been openly talking in the hallway. That's Lucette, obviously. I am on my way to Prince Emmeline's room, sir. That is why I am here. I coolly look at Sir Castor, who looks like he is about to pop a vein. I cannot help but feel satisfied at his reaction. Yeah, he looks pissed. In just a few steps, he is suddenly looming over me. I've never seen Sir Alcaster look so angry before. Rod. Okay, Rod is here, I guess. What is going on? Yeah, Rod pops up. Rod is now walking toward us with a scowl on his face. Sir Alcaster notices this and quickly steps back. Mithros. There was just a little misunderstanding, Your Highness. Rod glances at me, his eyes narrowing. Great. I'm sure he's going to blame me for this too, even though I did nothing. Oh, he's Rod standing in front of Lucette and I guess taking her side. Much to my surprise, Rod puts himself between me and Sir Alcaster. Are you alright, Lucette? He's worried about me? I slowly nod. Rod turns back to Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros. If you don't have any business with Lucette, I'll be taking her with me. Emmeline is already waiting for her. Sir Alcaster stares at me for a few moments before bowing down to Rod. Of course, Your Highness. Rod. Thank you. Rod turns to me again, his expression solemn. Shall we? He walks off before waiting for my reply. I look back at Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros one last time, before chasing after him. Okay. Both of us spend the next few minutes walking in silence. Rod has not said a thing since my encounter with Sir Mithros and Sir Alcaster. Rod, are you okay? What? You already asked me that before. Is he really that worried? Okay, we have a choice here. I am fine and I am not. I feel that I'm fine. I mean, he helped us and got us out of this. I don't know about Sir Alcaster. He was pretty... I think he might have tried something if Rod didn't show up. He might have, like, hit me or something. I don't know. So, I'm going to say I am fine. Yeah. I am surprised by the look on Rod's face at my response. His expression is soft, so unlike his usual scowl. Plus, I'm sorry, as an aside, Lucette's pretty strong. I mean, she's pretty, she could handle, well, not always, but I mean, she's pretty good at handling situations like that, so she's not a typical maid. Sebby is speaking. Sebby is Sebastian, his little, Rod's little, bunny. Not as cool looking as my bunny, but Rod here is pretty worried about you, princess. Oh, wait. Does a bunny speak independently of Rod? I thought it was... Oh, wow, that's so weird. I didn't think of that. I thought Rod spoke through the bunny. So, is that him speaking? Is he saying it through the bunny? I mean, is that him talking, or is the bunny actually like an independent thing that actually speaks for itself? Rod glares at Sebby, his cheeks tinged pink. Sebby chuckles. Wait, Okay, I'm confused about Sebby. I'm not sure what he is, actually. Exactly what he is. Okay, Sebby speaking. Sorry, Rod. Your thoughts ring so loudly in your mind that I can't help but say them aloud. Really? Okay. Lucette, this is not the first time Sebby has told me about what Rod is thinking. Rod reaches out and pinches Sebby's face, his scowl returning. Sebby, ow, 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 ow. I'm sorry, okay? But next time, try not to think too loudly. What? Okay, really? I guess the bunny's alive. Or something. Anyway, you said that Emmeline was waiting for me. I did not expect her to be up so early. Where is she? Rod, I lied. What? He lied to help me out of that situation? Why are you helping me? Rod, because when you're here, you are my responsibility. I may loathe the role, but I will still uphold it. Besides, you don't need any reason to help someone in need. That's true. Lucette, help someone in need. I remember Parfait and Delora telling me before that being good often involves helping others who are in need. Rod. Now that I've helped you, I'll be taking my leave now. I have fencing lessons to attend. Rod starts to walk off, but then stops and turns back to me. Excuse me. Rod, don't get yourself into more trouble. I won't be there all the time to save you. I glare at him and cross my arms. I am not some damsel in distress, Your Highness. I do not need your help. Rod snorts before turning away from me and walking away. I'm surprised she actually called him Your Highness. She's the princess, and Rod knows it and she knows it, so. Anyway. Rod snorts before turning away from me and walking away. Okay. Now we're in the palace ballroom, on the dining hall. Later that day, I watch Emmeline finish her etiquette lessons. I can tell that the teacher is impressed with her progress. Emmeline is able to correctly name all the glasses and cutlery. He said, she's not so slow a learner. I had come here earlier in the day to better teach Emmeline about proper dining etiquette. It turns out that my lesson was valuable. Teacher, you have shown great improvement, Your Highness. I am glad that you have been diligent with your studies. No doubt you'll be ready for the ball soon. Emmeline smiles, her cheeks turning pink. Thank you. I wouldn't have done it without the help of a friend. Emmeline glances at me briefly and smiles, gently. I really owe her a lot. Teacher, that is wonderful. I am so glad you have such a dedicated friend, Your Highness. Said, friend? Is that really what I am to her? But princesses do not have maids as friends. A royal does not mingle with commoners, especially not with servants. Mother told me that before. Emmeline does not treat me as a maid, but she cannot possibly think of me as a friend. After the teacher gives Emmeline several books to study for the next lesson, she ends the lesson and excuses herself. it's just Emmeline here. Emmeline approaches me and grasps my hands. Thank you so much, Lucette. I wouldn't have passed without your help. All I did was repeat the things your teacher taught you. But you're different. I raised an eyebrow at her. Different? I tend to get nervous in my lessons. My teachers are strict and intimidating. I cave beneath the pressure. But with you, well, I feel more comfortable around you. It's probably because we're almost the same age and your lesson feels more casual. So thank you. I'm very grateful to you. She looks down at the ground shyly. I hope it's alright that we're friends. I furrow my eyebrows at her. Why would you even want to be friends with a maid? You're supposed to be making friends with the nobles, not the servants. Emmeline frowns, and I could feel her deflate. She walks toward the window and sighs. I tried. They might not say anything, but I can feel them silently judging me. I wasn't born a princess, and I feel that they judge everything that I do. They think that I smile too much, that I'm not regal enough. They feel that I'm too clumsy or too cheerful. Well, Emmeline definitely does not act like a noble. I cannot say I blame the nobles for being skeptical of her. Being with them suffocates me. I do my best to act like a princess, but the way they all look at me, it's as if they're waiting for me to make a mistake. Yeah, you know what? I bet they are. Then they'll all have an excuse to jeer at me. Every girl dreams of becoming a princess, and yet, this is not my dream. I really just miss being a normal girl. I miss my freedom. I look at her, thoughtful. I think I got to understand what Emmeline is feeling. Just like me, she was thrown into a world she was not ready to be a part of. Right now, we have no choice but to fit in. She never wanted my title in the first place, yet I accused her of stealing it. Have you told your mother how you feel? Emmeline shakes her head. No, not the king either. I don't want them to think that I'm ungrateful. That's why I'm trying my best to become accustomed to all of this. I cross my arms. But you're not happy. I'm not. Everyone just assumes that I'm happy because I smile a lot. She barely opens up to anyone, and yet she opened up to me. Had I been given the choice before I was cursed, I would never have listened to her. You should tell them how you feel rather than just keep it to yourself. Otherwise, the stress will continue to accumulate on your shoulders. Emmeline, I wish I could be more honest with them, I really do. I envy you for being able to speak your mind. She envies me? Emmeline takes a deep breath and sighs. The frown fades with the sigh and is quickly replaced by a fragile smile. I'm sorry for ranting to you like that. I must have bored you with my story. I used to get so annoyed with her, but now that I have seen this side of her, I suppose she's not as terrible as I had first thought. Oh, I remember that mother wanted to see me after my lessons today. Lucette, Allow me to escort you to the Queen, then. Thank you. Okay, we have a nice picture of Rod there. Days pass. Oh, well, okay, we're in the palace hallways. Days pass without any real conflict. I run into Sir Castor again in the hallways, but his eyes pass over me, as if I am something to be ignored. Delora, who had been ignoring me as she had been busy with other priorities, returned to the Marchen yesterday to discuss something important with Parfait. Lucette. It's not as if she had been any help since she came here. She mostly stays in my room while I run around doing errands for Emmeline and taking on other chores as they are handed to me. Right now I am headed to the palace gates as I hurry to meet Emmeline. She is going out of town to meet Viorica again, and I was told to meet her here. Fritz. Oh, it's Fritz. Okay. Lucette. Wait. I can't remember. Does Fritz remember that with the princess? I turn around to see Fritz walking in my direction. Ever since I told him... Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Ever since I told him to refer to me by my name, he has been stumbling over not using my title. I rarely see him, but when I do, we do not have much time to discuss anything. Can I help you with anything, Fritz? It's been a while. Have you managed to complete one of your good deeds? Days after I had originally run into Fritz, I managed to have a quick conversation with him regarding my curse. Excuse me. Yeah, that's right. Lucette did get a piece of a slipper, so the slipper necklace, she got a piece of it. Okay. It's been a long time since that conversation happened. Recently, I have barely seen Fritz. I hear rumors that he has been reassigned somewhere outside the palace. Really? I show him my pendant and point to the piece of the second-class slipper. I managed to get one several days ago. Lucette, that's wonderful. I knew that you could get one. Only 2 more, and then I can break this curse. Mithros. Okay, Mithros is here. Ah, Fritz, Miss Lucette. I did not think that the two of you were acquainted. We both turn our heads at the same time when Mithros suddenly appears from around the corner, the usual smile on his lips. Fritz. Sir Mithros? Mithros. Fritz, I believe Sir Castor is looking for you. Right. Sorry. Lucette? I must take my leave now. Of course. He curtsies. Bows. Fritz bows to Sir Mithros before walking off, leaving me alone with Sir Mithros. Mithros does not say anything, but continues to smile at me. His staring makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable. Is there something on my face? Excuse me. I curtsy and start to walk off, when Sir Mithros calls my name. Lucette. Yes? I just wanted to thank you for your hard work and dedication to our princess. I look at him, puzzled by his sudden gratitude. Don't worry, everything will soon be remedied. Excuse me? My apologies. I did not mean to keep you. He completely ignores my question. He dips his head slightly before turning and walking away, the smile still on his face. Now, he just bowed, so why would he bow to a maid? Lucette, what was that all about? We're at the palace gates. Rod and Emmeline are already waiting for me outside the carriage by the time I arrive at the palace gates. Rod has his arms crossed and looks at me, irritable. His face is perpetually stuck in that scowl, it seems. You're late. That's Rod speaking. Lucette, my apologies. Emmeline, you're so grumpy, but you've been late many times before too, Rod. Rod just shrugs his shoulders as he turns and heads into the carriage. Emmeline sighs before looking at me. Shall we? Of course. Okay, we're in town now with the plaza with the waterfall. The fountain. So it's getting on past 30 minutes, and I'm going to stop here. But don't worry, we'll be right back. I'm going to continue this in a second. So just give me a break to get a drink, and I'll be right back. So thank you for listening, and just stick around.